Alright, should be popping up now for people. Good morning, good morning. Market's already open as you guys are joining in.
Good morning, everybody. Hurry up and wait. Get a little launch on the open here. See if SPY is going to continue.
I got you there, King Carnage. It was just to troll you. And yeah, we are well above previous day highs. SPY keep 400 plus. I can't believe I'm typing this again. 400.60 for bulls. Good morning. Alright, so today we need to watch to see if SPY gets over 400 and 400.60s for bulls. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sellers at open like we did in the first 5 minutes because we are up so much in pre-market. So some people are going to be willing to just take profit at open and chill. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that kind of come through a little bit. So I'd say wait first 10, 15, 20 minutes to see where you get your footing from, and then you can start to take new plays. How is everybody this morning, though? Did start the stream a little late. Had a problem with the page, so happy it's up now. Looks like a couple of you were freaking out. Totally fine, though. Glad to have you all in here, though.
Apple trying to pop 160 here. Amazon trying to get to 100. Microsoft trying to get to 280. Tesla trying to get to 195. Oh, nice VKK. That's a fat game. 640%, 415, 40-15 calls.
Apple continued a new high. Microsoft popped a new high, slowed down. AMD slowing down. Nvidia wicking back down after the first 10 minutes. Amazon pumping still. Tesla pumping still. Google, Meta Both slowed down. Netflix did not. So 2 out of the 3 comms slowed down right there at the first 10 minutes. We'll see who pushes first. But every sector is green, so that's a very good sign.
Amazon straight popping through 100. See if it holds.
Yes, Burak, we are live. Let's see what you guys are saying in the YouTube chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Alif? Got some SPX action with an overnight swing. Oh, be very careful, VKK. Swinging V... Or I don't know what expiration you had, so I can't talk shit. Let me go look. Okay, yeah, you did. You literally did do what I was thinking you did. Just be very careful swinging next days because theta on SPX contracts are ungodlike. So if you were to ever not even go the wrong way, even if it was just to go sideways, your position would be so worthless. It's insane. So I'm really happy it worked out for you because clearly it paid. I saw your screenshot. But just be very careful with that. Don't risk money you shouldn't be risking on those. It's almost better to just swing trade SPY than it is to swing trade SPX. That's how cost efficient SPY is over SPX swings, because SPX swings can be almost not even cost efficient. You're almost not making enough to even swing trade them like that. So just be very careful, but I'm very happy for your gains. This dude got an over 500% gain on an SPX swing. Very, very good job, dude. Good job, though. King Carnage. Shout out to King Carnage. Welcome to the gang. Glad to have you here, man. Thanks for signing up for the YouTube supporter. I'll show you where to go to now. Full screen your YouTube. Go over to members right here. And then there's a ton of videos. I actually just uploaded one yesterday. So you have a new one yesterday, new one from 2 days ago. Bunch of scalp trade videos, bunch of Sunday updates, and then we have a bunch of videos at the bottom saved up for you. So be sure to go through those. The second candle not holding a good percentage of the first candle. So first 10 minutes is definitely seller controlled. They just didn't have any fuel to take it down further. So we'll see if they can do that under 399.50 or under that main first opening candle, pretty much is what I'm looking at. Okay, cool, VKK. And I was just letting you know I wasn't getting on to you. Just throwing it out there. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, everybody. I see we have only 36 likes. Be sure to help me out with that. Gonna plow through those videos. Hope you do, man. How do I turn the bell on? Think or swim? You want to turn it on? Sounds like you want to turn it. Oh, I would turn it off completely. You can go to setups, and then I think there's a sound or notification thing you can turn off. B, can you try Google real quick? Want to see something? See if mine glitched or not. No problem.
Looks like we had a wick to 112 for some reason. I got the same thing, Noxton.
I'm changing that right now.
As you said it, I was going to change it. I'm going to change the high to 102.84.
Send up my whole chart.
Oh, that feels so much better.
Fat fingers, Noxton. Fat fingers.
Sorry, my bad. Good morning. Love not hate is the day's key for me. So y'all been loved today, at least by me. Boo Rock always kissing everybody. Go to the daily time frame real quick. I want to see something. Of this recent rally, as I've been showing y'all Monday through all the way to now, we've been trying to defend this 391 pretty much, and they've done that pretty well so far. Built off of it, had a good kind of flag built off of it, and now we got that higher open. So this could, like I said the other day, if we get the higher open, this could send price all the way up to 401.50, 402.50, where we can test to see if we want to continue further. If we go up here and reject, it's not going to be a good sign, and bears are most likely going to keep us in control over the next couple days down towards 396, maybe even 391 again. So keep eyes on that. But that's a very good open for bulls on the bigger time frames. We'll see if they hold it, though. Again, a higher open could only be good as long as they hold it. They end up pulling it back down, that could be a stronger seller signal, so we'll see. Buyers trying to hold it, though. They need to crack over pre-market high in today's open here above 400, and they still have 400.60s to worry about, so very, very close, important level. Yeah, Noxta, this must be your first stream, man. We've changed, I've shown changing candlesticks like 20 plus times now. I don't recommend doing it though unless you are actually fixing something like that on Google. Like that was something worth fixing. Or the day where 61 plus, like 60 plus NASDAQ stocks kind of had that weird glitch, which wasn't really a glitch. Then you can fix those. But I do not recommend doing it to just do it. Then you'll mess up your chart and then you'll be bitching about like, oh, how come this isn't matching this? It's like, dude, it's because you changed your candle. So be very careful unless you're actually fixing something. I do not recommend doing it just to do it. Okay, I think I'm tired of that song. You know what, I'll just go pick it. Exactly, you could change the candles to hit your target. Be like, all right, what the heck, it hit. Pretty good consolidation in the first 20 minutes or so, or 17 minutes going on 20 minutes. which is actually very good because this can actually provide a stable move for either bull or bear instead of just completely flushing through support or completely rallying through resistance. Now they're actually giving us some consolidation open to go off of, which is good.
Google coming down to previous day close.
Yo, good stuff, Tobias. By the way, I saw your gains as well, man. Damn, Daydream Johnny, level rank 854. That's the biggest one I've seen. Apple setup looks nice. Good job, creator trades. Yeah, for real, Wilson. Hola, breaking levels. Glad to have you in here. Good morning. And yeah, good morning to everybody. Apologies for starting late today. They are pushing through 400 now with rising volume, I'd like to add. Very strong rejection as it went from a strong rising volume green candle closing over to a wick down red candle closing towards the bottom part, bottom half of this little range we have here at the open. Good morning, Jacko. Always happy to see you. It depends where you see it, Alif. I'd have to see an example. Because it doesn't matter if you're in a bullish move or not. If you find a hammer, you need to find it with positioning. Here's a great example. So if you were to be in a channel and price is bouncing up and down in this, right? All the way up. It's a bullish channel, right? Where would you be looking to buy bullish candlesticks? Where would you be looking to attempt risking on bearish candlesticks? You'd want to buy bullish towards support, bearish towards resistance. So as price is bouncing in and out of this, you're able to catch it at a higher favorable spot. It's all about patterns with positioning. So it doesn't matter if it's a bull or bear trend. It's about where is that hammer popping up at. Is it just popping up after gapping up super high? That's not really helping you then for a continued trend upwards. Is it popping up after a sell-off down to here after a huge rally and they finally came back down? You see it pop up at one of the mid supports? Awesome. That's a great bullish hammer. It really does depend on positioning. With all patterns, so that's not just hammers. That's every pattern on any time frame. It needs positioning. Without positioning, a pattern is not as favorable. Yeah, for real, Wilson, that really was. Good luck to you as well, E. Always happy to see you. Morning, Bueller and team. Miss you guys. Won't keep work keeping me locked away. Well, Kaizen, we're always here for you. And if you ever need any extra talk, you also have that YouTube Discord. If you go to the membership section on the YouTube, click the Discord. You can also talk in there if you want. You also have the normal Discord, too. You are Kaizen Good Life. You've been here a minute. But don't beat yourself up, man. We're always here. Yo, good job, Mel. You got almost 20% on an SPX long. Good stuff, man.
We got about 7 minutes left on the first 30-minute candle on the market, and the Fed speaker starts.
He's not actually like speaking though. He's like speaking like to the public or questioning. He's just testifying to the House. This has been going on all week with multiple speakers. It'll probably continue to go on for multiple months, I would assume. No problem, Alif. Thank you, Kaizen, for the thumbs up. I appreciate anybody who drops a thumbs up. Good morning, Teresa. Here, Ace, I'll speed it up. I sent a meme in chat today. It was just like, this is what our apparel is going to look like in 2023. And it was just a shirt that says, I must be dreaming. All right, well, we have two hammers in a row against resistance of today's open and the pre-market high. We have two seller signals here indicating possible fade. If we do not pass 400, this will continue to look bearish. We are definitely bearish from open. To invalidate all of this, they need to push over that level. If they do not push over that level, this further adds on to the bearish confirmation that we do most likely want to pull back down. Keep an eye under that opening candle. Feel Bueller's arms around me when I'm dreaming. I hope I'm warm. Give me a heads up when dreaming comes on. Is there a reason why VWAP has a major downturn? Yes, because VWAP is an intraday indicator. All of its information is grabbed from today. That is the reason I don't use VWAP. It's an intraday indicator. It isn't taking yesterday's information to get today's information. See you later, VKK. Hope you have a great rest of your day, man. Awesome job on the gains today. You deserve it. That was a perfect time for Alif's, or whoever asked that, the hammer question, and then we get one popping up at resistance. Very good time to ask that question. Yeah, I have heard anchored VWAPs are pretty badass, though. Good add-on, Ryan. Love the information. How often do you update your TOS BB levels for individual names like NVIDIA and AMD? The ones I have are from 122, which I got from... Well, you got those from me. Two, I don't update them too much because the bigger time frame levels are something that you can leave there forever. So I just don't bother minding with it too much. But I did say just yesterday that I am going to have a full day, not a full day stream soon, but I want to have a stream on like the weekend or like after hours on the market to go over these charts again with you guys and redo all of the bigger time frame levels again, because it has been like, I don't know, like a month, maybe 2 months, a month and a half, somewhere in there. But I've left them on for a long time now. But all the smaller time frame levels you should be deleting at night and then redoing in the morning, Abe. Those levels I do kind of re-update every single day. But the bigger time frame levels, we can all redo those together very soon if y'all want. Let's schedule that, actually, since we're all in here right now, and I don't want to do this later. What day is good for everybody on the weekend or after hours during the market? I'm talking to the viewers right now. Just start popping out y'all's best answers, and then I will try to accommodate. Yeah, I'd prefer the weekend, because then it would be... But what day on the weekend? Like Saturday, Sunday lunchtime, Sunday evening, Sunday night? So I'll do whatever. King Carnage, when do I ever not? You know, I always upload mine, so I'll be sure it's up for anybody, especially for you guys.
Oh my God, Leland. No way.
What? During
You said
UFC? Oh my God, get
Yeah.
out of here. During UFC.
I second that.
What a smart ass. I'm seeing a lot of Sunday nights, so we're gonna aim for Sunday night, I guess. Perfect too, because there's no football. Alright, now we got Sunday established. What time on Sunday should we aim for? Sunday night, that can mean anything from everybody. Time is relative. Sunday night could be 2 o'clock for me. For some people, that could be 9 o'clock. Again, we don't really care about what time the market opens on Sunday to start charting. I don't. That doesn't affect how I grab my levels, so we don't have to worry about, oh, when do the futures open? Let's try to be around that. We don't have to worry about that. $6 p.m. Central Standard Time. How does that sound to everybody? Again, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. How does that sound to everybody? Again, if it doesn't work for you, I will have it recorded, so we'll make sure it's up for you. Alright, well, I will set it in motion then. We will aim for Sunday, 6 p.m. So yeah, thank you, Sing 2. That would be 5 Pacific all the way to 8 Eastern. Alright, cool. Alright, well, expect me to be here Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time then. I'll drop an announcement on the YouTube channel. I'll tweet it. I'll drop it in the Discord. I'll make sure everybody's on it. And then, yeah, let me post it in here first so we're all on the same page. Sunday stream at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all can do the time conversion. Pen. Alright, so in this stream, I'm glad A brought that back up. In this stream, I'll delete all my charts. We'll just go through them all again. Redo them. Just like we did a couple months ago. Because again, I did all of this with everybody here. I didn't just do this like offhand or anything. A lot of these were done right in front of everybody. I just haven't redone them in forever. But we'll redo them. Do them together. Alright, but since I've been talking, all we've gotten is another rejection. We got a little bit of a carry up again. We're getting another rejection. So we're just again looking to see if 400 can validate over for bulls. So pretty good amount of consolidation. I said after 20 minutes I liked it. We have 30 minutes now, so really good amount of consolidation here in the morning. Plus, we're at 13% volume. The other day, I think at this moment, we were only at 6%. So we're already doing better than yesterday, volume-wise.
Kind of like the look of Amazon here. We kind of got a bull flag going on. I want to see more volume on this current candle. We can get above 112. We can get to 164. Tesla not helping out too much.
Apple made a new high. Microsoft made a new high. Tech is definitely helping. AMD and NVIDIA are having a little bit of trouble. So is Amazon. So is Tesla. Google definitely having an issue today. Meta's having an issue, and so is Netflix. I'm seeing a lot more consolidation than I am like actually falling or dropping though. Like Google's dropping, Apple and Microsoft are rising, but literally everything else is like consolidating right now. Out of those top weights. No one wants to be first. No one wants to be last. All right, well, thank you guys for game planning with me on the Sunday stream. I kind of like to get y'all's feedback too, so we can all make sure it's a more popular time. Plus, I don't know where most of you live. I'm sure most of you are American, but there are people who are outside of that. And out of the people who are American, you're everywhere. Some of you are in California, New York. Shit, I even saw a couple of you from Canada the other day, so definitely everywhere. So I just wanted to make sure, but I'm glad we're all agreeing on that. Yeah, bulls are still in control. Or, I'm sorry, bulls are trying to take control. Bears have been in control from open. I'd say from pre-market, though, you've definitely had bulls in control. Duh, we're in an uptrend. From open, we had a lot of bearish confirmations there. Now we're slowly trying to invalidate over 400 to really say, hey, bulls are here. But the two spikes in volume today were both bearish. So we need to get that volume spike for bulls here. Again, 400 is just a psychological level, guys. 400.60 is the key level. From Future Cali, a.k.a. Austin. Yeah, it's starting to seem like it. All right, we got the close over, so they invalidated a lot of this. That's good. For bulls. What I want to see is, of this candle, can we hold? So it's pretty much setting us there. Of that candle, can we hold halfway of it? And if we can, that's a very good sign for bulls short term. Bueller worldwide. Man, it was really funny during COVID. We weren't on YouTube. I mean, I made videos, but I didn't do like streams and stuff. No, that's not a lead test. We didn't do a bunch of streams publicly yet. They were all on Discord, but it was pretty cool having people around the world during COVID a couple years ago, because you'd have people in Australia, Canada, the Middle East. We even had people in Russia and Ukraine, and it was just crazy hearing everyone's reaction. We were instantly able to figure out who was the most aggressive on COVID policies just by listening to people in our community. Before any of the big news came out, we had already known Australia was probably the most aggressive on COVID. It ended up coming out that after 6 people were infected, they shut down like an entire portion of that continent. So that was pretty crazy. And then seeing how different policies were for people in Europe versus people in America, that was also pretty cool too, just seeing the difference in it. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. Just seeing all the different perspectives all around the world. Ooh, creator trades. I see what you were going for. Good job. Like you said, you didn't get filled, but still, it's nice to visualize like you did. I'm very happy for you, man. Most people would have seen that and just gotten pissed and not typed up anything like you just did, but you did the extra mile. You did what most won't. You reviewed it. You followed through with it with a mental trade. Good job, Natalie. She said 125% on Apple Duke swings from your Discord. Thank you. No problem, Natalie. Very happy for you. Duke's been on fire lately. He had a couple losers here and there, but he definitely outweighs his losers with a lot more winners. I don't know what his win rate is, but it's pretty high.
I think it's like over 70% for sure.
Yeah, which is pretty damn good for swings. I don't think people realize like how hard that is.
You'd be lucky to get above 50, honestly. So that's really good.
I just got a comment on one of my oldest videos. Somebody was asking about the McGinley dynamic. I guess that was during that era where I was telling people what EMA was fastest. Because everybody's always like, what's the difference between SMA, EMA, TEMA, this and that. And I was always telling people, like, nobody even knows what the McGinley dynamic is. That's the fastest average line. Then it's EMA, then it's SMA, then it's EMA. Then you have, like, all your other slow ones. Like, I think VWAP and TEMA are considered to be slower. But I, again, just call it personal preference. Some people see that, and they'll be like, oh, I can't watch that. Some people see it and be like, damn, this is everything I need. It's just personal preference. Everybody is different. That's why there's, like, a billion indicators, because there's, like, a billion people. Everybody's got a different style. Everybody ends up inventing a new style.
Yeah, I was seeing this thread on Twitter, and he was making very good points, doing the same rules as we do here in this community, and he uses Bollinger Bands. And it's like, well, I kind of scoffed at it a little bit because I don't use them, but it's like, whatever works for you in the end, you know?
No, that makes sense, because, like I said before, it doesn't matter, like, if I come over to your chart and I'm like, this looks stupid, like, it doesn't matter what I think, you know? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable looking at what you're looking at? Like, screw what I say, screw what Sherman says, screw what 1,000 other people say. Are you comfortable? Are you the trader using these indicators or using these systems or using these levels? Are you comfortable? That is what's important.
Exactly.
Try to find what you're comfortable with, and then stick with it. Work with it. Over time, you will succeed. Grind. SPY needs to do something. I agree. They popped up above 400s, had a really good push, didn't have the volume we were looking for, came back down. Match that volume of that candle with the candle that brought it back down, and they broke back under today's open yet again. So we have 1, 2 rejections, a failed breakout. That might even be stronger than if we just went up here and rejected. Just because it's a failed breakout, so now you have people scared a little bit more. Alright, we're finally going to break in consolidation. Geo, we could probably grab our lead test here pretty soon if this slows down. So we'll see where it slows down at, but we can maybe grab our lead test if this slows down. I'll grab it, then I'll switch to the 1 minute. Again, I need to see a slowdown, though. We have a good start to this potential lead test. We need to see a breakdown of support.
Google finally did get that close below the previous day close. They were holding that for a little while.
Because right now, all we have is this. Bum, 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 bum. My style is called losing money. Work on that. Find something that works for you. Whether you're joking or not, it's not good to put yourself in a mindset where it's like, I'm not going to succeed. I'm not going to grow. Put yourself in a mindset where you're always looking to move forward, where you're always looking to grow from whatever you're going through. Positivity is how you get through. Who is what? Oh. Oh, I don't think they're going to quit. I don't want people even joking about that, because then it puts you in the wrong mindset. Puts you in this negative mindset where you're like, well, I'm going to lose. It doesn't matter what happens. Like, no, it does matter. You matter. Don't sit there and just take an L. Grow, focus, visualize. If you're not growing, you're probably not taking enough time to actually look at this stuff. Is how I see it. Can you tell me why you entered? Can you tell me why you exited? Can you tell me what are the parameters of what you like to look for in a trade? Make a plan, follow the plan. Well, we didn't get the retest that we wanted so far, but they do seem to be wanting to break this down further. We'll see if they crack under 399.50s in today's opening candle. Again, I want the entirety of the opening candle to be broken down.
You would H back down to the 470s. Great.
Great, I gotta wait another couple weeks for this to consolidate.
Yeah, honestly, like, come on. I drew the zone already back in January between the 470 and 480, and it's, I mean, 460, 470, and 480. And it's just bouncing in between that range.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling, honestly, is after you miss a setup. Like, once you become more of a defined trader, it's not the fact that you missed the trade. You're like, oh, I missed out on making money. It's like, no, I missed out, and now I have to probably wait longer. Like, that's why I'm pissed. Like, it has
Gotta wait for the next one.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with me missing out on making money. It's like, it's literally just because, like, you know how long it's going to take to get back to that setup again. It's going to take forever. I hate that, though, man. I hope it sets up again for you, though. I'll try to keep it on watch, too. I've honestly been doing better going through a lot of my top weights to figure it out. All right, well, in the first 5 minutes, on the 5-minute candle, we broke lower, so we most likely will be selling off from here. Didn't get that retest that I wanted, either. Probably have to do it from here if we get the bounce up. I'm going to just wait on the 5-minute to get a bounce, and then I'll go to the 1 minute and draw my lead test. You might be getting a good short-term retest of the downside here, though. Very aggressive under 399.50 and the opening candle. I am curious, though, of this drop. If that was to be where we bounce, where the hell is this going? Way up there. If that's even what it's doing. If it's not just going to sell off from here. It doesn't have to bounce at all. Just took my 5 points on MES, and this little job looks good for continuation, though. Good job, Marente. Shout out to Marente. Also posting tons of videos, too. Marente's been blowing up y'all's feeds with new videos. I would definitely check out Marente's channel. It's also linked on my channel section. Okay, well, went from minus 180 on my too early entry put to a fake put up side pump to plus 80 on the well time put on SPX. Alright, just be careful, Lucky Nugget. Don't jump around too much. Sitting right on top of the 15 fair value gaps, so trying to wrap my head around that video. You talking about Barry's FVG video or Leland's? Which, actually, Leland, I forgot to tell y'all, Leland has a really awesome video going up for the YouTube members. I don't know if it's today, but it will be soon, this week. So be on the lookout for that if you are a YouTube member. Barry's bet. Yeah, Barry's FVG video was actually really, it was a big eye-opener for a lot of us. Because I think a lot of us already trade that way, and we look at it kind of in that fashion. So when he started explaining, it was like, oh shit, I already do that. I just need to look at it differently. Good job, Lucky Nugget. Yes, Geo. That is precisely what I'm looking for. Made some money with it yesterday. Good job. No problem, Geo. And Geo, don't look to trade these yet. Like I said to you and a couple of the ladies the other day, focus on just reviewing them first. Focus on finding them, going over them over and over and over and over and over. As you start to see them more, your confidence will build, and you'll start to want to take positions against these potential retracements or, you know, the setup we're looking for, the lead test. Hone in on it. All right, well, we reached the 50% fib. Now we're going to see, can we keep rejecting this, or are we going to get some buyer signals that potentially invalidate this? Hey, guys, just quickly want to say baby girl was born last night, healthy and whatnot, super stoked. Good job, Jack. Congrats. Well, it looks like
be a girl.
The 35% of you who voted girl yesterday were correct.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats, dude.
Congratulations.
In prior context, he did say it in stream 2 or 3 times that it was a girl. But I wasn't going to say that yesterday.
I thought so too.
So pay attention.
Tesla having some indecision at the previous day open / previous day high.
Potential bullish 3-bar play holding above the 9 EMA here on the 1 minute. Also trying to invalidate the potential lead test. Still having trouble with it. But I do still like how much of the previous candle that got them up here that they're holding. These wick ups are helping them out a lot for potential upside. Short term, again, these are all short term signals. Short term updates, I wouldn't even call them signals. Yeah, if they can pop over 399.80s, they can definitely make it back to 400 again. And if pop over 400, could definitely help them out get to 400.60s, which we saw in the 5 minute is a very aggressive level. We've been calling that level out for months now, and I think some of us are getting tired of calling out 400.60. Tesla dumping, great call out. We seem to be getting a better rejection of the, I keep trying to call it the fair value gap, the lead test at 399.81. I have to close under the 1 minute. See if they continue to flush after rejecting a very important area or if they invalidate over it. And yeah, I'll go check out Tesla. Y'all keep calling it out. Let me go look at it. Oh yeah, they got a fat dump. They're at the start of their gap fill now. Good call out to everybody on Tesla. And thank you guys for being a little more grown up than some people in the previous streams. It is nice to see a lot of you guys calling out in a manner that's not really for like buying calls or puts. It's really just kind of update everyone what's happening. Very, very helpful. I would keep eyes on Amazon, considering Tesla just dumped that way. Since these are the top two weights of the same sector, keep your eye on Amazon, because if Tesla was to slow down and bounce, this could help Amazon break that consolidation to the upside and vice versa. If you have Tesla continuing down and the market starts to slow down more, Amazon could flush down as well. So keep an eye on that, but that has an amazing amount of consolidation, so Amazon could be a really, really big play. They're still rejecting the lead test level. Very, very clean, second rejection, I should say, of the lead test. They're moving down towards the lower part of that now. Lots of choppy price action, though. Wild Tesla moved down, dude, for real. So quickly, too. Alright, well, if you did take a lead test play, that is a great time to take most profits. That's a very good push down on the 1 minute. Really good rejection of that. A good lower high. Push down. Now they're towards the lower part of that previous area. Very, very clean move. Now let's see if they want to continue holding this low and try to build some base back up and continue to try to fight this level here, or do they just want to sell off and make that new low of day? There we go. That's a 100% retracement, everybody. Great job. Look at that lead test, though. Did anybody go in with that? That is a beautiful move to the downside. It only took a couple minutes, too. New low of day. Ah, so clean. Damn, Wag. Good job, man.
Yeah, he killed that Tesla fade.
Totally fine, Gio. That's what I want you to do. Good job, Tolly. Good job, David. I took that off the bearish engulfing with rope. Good job, Shaq. See, this is what I want. I don't want babies that I have to push into trades. I want leaders who get into trades on their own. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job, you beautiful people. I am so happy for you guys. You probably just traded your best trade in your history and you don't even know it. Percentage-wise, probably not. Equity gain-wise, probably not. But the precision, most likely. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Very, very, very happy with any of you. And especially if you just watched it like me and Gio. Beautiful job. That's what I want. That's what you need to be doing every single day. Reviewing. Going over these. Visualizing them as they pop up in front of you in real time. Then when it happens in real time again, and you're ready to try and trade it, you're not hesitating. You understand the different variations price can have after this move. It's not like price can just do anything at once from here. There's only a couple directions it can go. Was anybody confused on how I grabbed this before I move on? Because I am about to erase it. Does anybody need a breakdown again before I move on? I do not want to continuously go over lead test over and over and over and over and over again, but I do want to cover them enough to where everybody in here understands what they are. Before I move on, everybody understood how I got the fib, why we like the rejection. One more time? All right. So on the 5 minute, and I'll erase this. So on the 5 minute, I'll just start from here. And it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Alright, there we go. So, up to this point, all we have is consolidation. But we have a pretty good just slow down at open. Makes sense. We had a good pump in market. So it makes sense we get some take profit. We get the rejection with an indecisive candle. Rejection with the bearish candle. We get a pushover, but nothing really crazy volume-wise. We had noticed before, and I said this in real time, so don't sit there and try to double back on me. But I said in real time, we've had so much volume in these two candles that kept us down, you would almost need to see a large increase in volume as we break these levels just to invalidate these two candles, which it did break with good volume. It just didn't break with more volume than what we'd been rejecting with, so that's why I got smacked down very quickly. Go on later. Oh, hold up, let me move it over. And you can see price just kept falling, right? Here on the 5 minute. And you can do this on any time frame. I prefer doing it on the 5 or the 10 minute and then moving down to a smaller time frame to scalp it. But again, do whatever you want to do. There's a million ways to trade this. After we got our first buyer candle to pop up saying, hey, after this big seller move, which we hadn't gotten yet, we just got a seller reaction, we got to move up, move up. We didn't have any big moves down, right? We get our first move down. Breaks a good level, starts to scare everybody. What do? Well, we go from the high of that move to the low of that move before it bounced. Or as it bounced, whatever that is. So right there. So of that move, since that's what broke us down, now I go down to the, in my case, I'm going down to the 1 minute. In your case, you might like the 2 or 3 minute more. Again, personal preference. Try to test around and see which one you like the most. I go down to the 1 minute, and I try to find a more precise entry. So all of this information from this high to this low is basically what I'm going off of, right? So I can't really trade this. I'm looking to trade here now, right? So what do I want to see? I don't want to just see price go up and touch this level. I want to see it reject, and I want to see it try to make a lower high, and then I want to see it push back down. On that lower high, kind of like in this case right here. Let me circle both. On that lower high example, that's where you want to look to get into your play, regardless of the candlestick pattern. If it ends up breaking down, awesome. You should be looking to take some profits on the low that it bounced off of. You should be looking to take profits, most of your profits, if not all, at the low of that move. So in this case, you'd be taking some here, and you'd be taking some here. In those two areas. I know my lines are amazing, but that's because I have OHLC on. But that's essentially what you're going for. You're going for entry on that lower high as it's projecting that same area again after all of this has already been done. So that's why I like these setups the most, because they kind of make you push yourself to be patient. You can't just start trading these whenever you want. You had to wait almost an hour to catch this first opportunity on one. But these pop up so much. So please start to utilize them. The latest video on the channel covers it. The other lead test video covers it. A lot of my scalp trading videos have been covering it. And let's say it goes against you. Talk stop loss. Where's your stop loss in this play? Well, just slightly above. Since you're not playing the first time it touches it, you have a little bit of room there. You're going to be playing under that. Good job, though. And what do these plays pay out most of the time? I mean, sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 8%, sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 500%. It really depends on how well you grow with that exact type of trade. In the beginning, you're going to find yourself catching a lot of smaller percentage trades. That's totally fine. Focus on that. Continue to focus on just taking quick, small gains off of these plays. As you get more confident with this retest or lead test, as we call it, this entry type, you will find yourself being a lot more confident, a little bit more knowledgeable on how this comes to be, how you can take advantage of it. And then over time, you'll be so much more confident. You'll be just trading those. But please focus on taking more of those trades. They're very high probability. It makes you learn patience because they don't just pop up instantly. You feel more like a business taking these trades than you do some just clown randomly entering random candlesticks. But I am going to erase this fib. I mean, I don't have to. I can leave it up here, but just for stream's sake. But everybody understands now. We're all good. We understand the lead test. We understood why that looked like that, where you could have taken a trade there. You can see in this case, it only would have lasted a little bit. You'd only been in this trade 3, 4, 5 minutes tops. That's the example that I use from 5 to 1 minute. If you want to go from 30 to 10, 10 to 5, whatever. Do your time frame, whatever you're comfortable with. Oh, good job, Creator Trades. He called one out as well. There's one setting up here. Which actually had already happened.
Oh, my bad.
If you go from the high to the first buyer candle on the 5 minute Creator Trades, you go down to the 1 minute, it actually already happened as well. At the same time that it happened to SPY. Your lower high, you had your first push here. Made a slightly lower high, slightly lower high right here. So it kind of already happened a little bit. I guess you could do it from here. My bad, there, Sherman. What were you trying to say?
Oh no, nothing. It was. I was gonna say, whoever said that we don't do callouts.
Yeah, if somebody says that, I'll just kick them because they're stupid if they say that.
I mean, you literally just drew it out, laid it right in front of everyone.
I mean, yeah, I said it like 8 times. If somebody didn't take that, that's on them. That's their own hesitation and emotions. I'm also not just going to sit here and say, if you didn't take that, you're dumb. Like, if you didn't take it, whatever, you just didn't take it. It's not the end of the world. But don't complain either. Sit there and go over many examples of it. You will find yourself also taking trades on that exact trade setup. Might be getting a good retest on the 5 minute to the downside here if they hold a bigger body here.
Video getting new lows. Tesla holding pre-market low on high volume.
I've been watching the SPX chain. I actually haven't seen the couple of the ones that I was watching move that much. Like, they moved. It wasn't cost efficient, though. So I'm kind of glad I waited. I've noticed the open, like, hour or two, and then, like, honestly, the last 30 minutes of the day really suck for SPX options. I kind of like my method of just waiting, going into, like, lunchtime or right before power hour. That seems to be, like, the juiced up spot to take some of those trades.
If I'm correct, the IV starts to really deflate in like the last hour.
Oh, big time. I felt it the other day.
Yeah, I did yesterday. I took a bit. It wasn't a bad trade on the charts, but it literally gave me no opportunity to profit because of that deflating IV. I just got out.
That's funny you say that because I was going to say some of the opportunities you get with SPX chain, like when you're scalping really quick like I was, some of the only like chances you get of profit are like minimal. Like sometimes, like if it's not instantly in your direction or if it doesn't go your direction at a faster pace, yeah, you're screwed.
Definitely.
But there's like small portions between like morning and end day where it like has like a juiced up part, I swear.
You got that window. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like,
Yeah, there's definitely a window, but it's not super long. Well, ever since the lead test, SPY has not stopped selling. The last hour is theta destroying you? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that was Leland. It's also just the moves, Lucky Nugget. Maybe the move yesterday that you were looking at wasn't quick enough for your option to really kind of start moving enough. And then maybe today, once more fear started setting in or more movement started happening, then it started pushing it. It really is like movement based on speed for those contracts. The faster something moves in your direction, the more you can make, essentially. Yeah, no, I'm talking about today, too. What I said didn't really correlate with yesterday or today. It was just general info. Today's put moves has been hard to make a lot. What do you mean? Unless you timed it on the double top or the lead test. The literal trade example we went over live in stream. There has been a couple opportunities. I don't want to see anybody sitting here saying I didn't see any trade opportunities. There's definitely been at least one or two. Has there been a lot? No. But there have definitely been some opportunities. Four trades and now watching. Good job, Mel. %, Tobias. Whenever it flushes, they really are like warp speed. Kind of like right now. Even that's not like a true flush, though. That's just like a slow sell-off. This hasn't really been a flush. I'm talking about like when it sells it in like 1 5-minute candle and you're already at the next level. It's just super, super quick. And then by the end of that candle, it's wicking back up. That's a flush. This has actually been a pretty moderately just nice pullback. Hasn't been super quick. Had good volume. The lead test gave you confirmation. I'd say this candle gave you a bit further confirmation after rejecting this area again. Now you're just getting the movement of that flush. So we'll see what ends up happening here. If they want to go retest 399.50, get a buyer move here. You might get a second lead test here if they start to pick up here in a minute. Which I will again try to draw out the second one for y'all. First one was here to here. Second one I'm probably going to end up going from here to whatever the low that we catch is. So I'm just waiting on that low. That's why shorting can be fire. Fear moves fast. Yeah, dude, literally, it's crazy. And it's kind. I mean, if anybody was paying attention, it's kind of what I said today. I said, watch. You know, if just because we had this big volume, hold up, we had this big volume pop up on that red candle. You had big volume pop up on that red candle. What does a green candle need to do to surpass both of these candles? Have volume. So just because this one broke out, that didn't necessarily make it bullish. It had good volume. I won't argue that. It just didn't have the volume it needed. So unless it held over, it had no chance with just that single candle. So that was a really awesome example too. Instantly flushed it back down. And this right here is psychology. The fact that price couldn't get past these couple times, and then when it did finally go past, it couldn't hold above. That's going to bring in more fear for the chart, because you now have a bunch of those bulls that just push that are thinking, oh, this is about to moon. This is about to go. This is where it's going from. And then they get this candle. What do you think that's going to do to them? That's going to ruin them. Not just screw their position. Okay, I feel you, Wilson. I figured that's what you were saying. That's why I wasn't, like, attacking you. I figured you were meaning it like that. But that psychology alone is what helped bring that new low of day. That flush is what everybody's wanting to call it. So think about that. Don't just think about, oh, what did this candle do by itself? This candle's not by itself. There's other confirmations here. All right, that might be where we have to grab our retracement from. Oh, I grabbed the wrong high. Whoops. There we go. Meat relief. The meat relief balance. Real quick, small bursts instead of larger bursts because of love. Exactly, Wilson. Exactly. You're right on it. But again, now, Wilson, remember that, because that will always be a variation you have to keep in mind. We're not always going to get that perfect rejection, that perfect flush. You're always going to have some of those more shaky variations pop up here and there as well. So always keep that in mind. See, they didn't even give you a more passive retest. They just made you sit there and say, all right, well, you enter and risk it. Some of those trades are like that, where it's like, all right, get in, and if it pops up above it, you're out. If it keeps going down, you're out. You know, so sometimes you get a variation like this. This is a good example, actually, today. This is our first one. See how this one, when it came down and popped back up, perfectly set against it? That's a very clean rejection. You even got the lower high. That's a very passive rejection, I would say. That's a passive opportunity for downside. This one, not so much. You can see a little bit more aggression in this one. It's not as wide range. They popped up instantly within one candle. You can see this one, it took multiple candles to get, or I'm sorry. It took multiple candles to get back up to their halfway point, whereas this example only took one candle, right? So a lot shorter of a range, which means you're probably not going to get an as passive reaction, right? Does that make sense? So you did get a lower high here, but it didn't really give you an as awesome chance as the first one did, because it didn't produce the candle, then close, and then give you time to get in. This one instantly rejected. Instantly showed sellers, and then this was the lower high candle that provided, hey, sellers want to go back to low of day. So that's another thing, kind of what I was saying with Wilson. There's so many variations, you know, you have to kind of keep all of them in mind. That's why, I mean, the entry stays the exact same way. Your entry, how you grab your fib, everything's consistently the exact same thing. The only difference is what happens after that rejection. Everything is different. Sometimes you get that push down and it only wants to sit here and then bounce back up. And that's why it's important to take most of your profits here, because you don't know that a new low is going to be made. You don't know that it's going to reverse from here. So make sure y'all go through those. But hopefully that example made sense. I pulled the fib from the last high. I messed it up the first time I drew it. Because this is kind of the breakdown of that consolidation of that move. So that's why I went down to that other high. This would technically be that high. This one here. This was the last high it had, then it popped back down, came back up. Don't get frustrated looking at this if this is one of your first like 10, 20 times looking at it. It took me probably 20, 30 times of looking at this stuff to actually get it down more of like just being able to see it, and then probably triple that to actually start trading it. So don't just look at these a couple times and go, oh, I don't get it, I'm not going to do it anymore. Like, no, you just need to wait. You need to review it more. But hopefully a lot of you guys are getting some lessons or tips out of that, because the lead test seriously has been an amazing way to just read price action structure. Inside of the range, outside of the range, it doesn't matter. It's been very, very helpful. Yo, good job, Wag, already posting your trade review, man. Very happy for you, leading by example. Let's read his Tesla trade. Why not? So earlier he came in here and posted... Oh, my bad, he's right here. He said, some reasoning to my Tesla trade. First entry got stopped out, then re-entered from break of 9 EMA, and also SPY was looking at 400, which led me to sellers present and one SPY down. Okay, so he was looking at the pressure that it had. Also combining it with SPY having pressure against a good area. First entry didn't go my way, which keeping true to my stop loss dropped me out of the wick close, but SPY waking up 400 and seller move, smaller time frame, led me to the downside move. Re-enter on the break of 9 EMA on the 5 minute and down Tesla went. Okay, I see. He bought 4, sold them, got out, and then he got his 4 more, and then that's where he got that position. Okay. Okay, so got in early, was like, all right, I'm just going to get out. Got in again, got in at the perfect time. Beautiful, beautiful job, Wag. And good job, Mel, again. And thank you, Wag, for real. It really does mean a lot to me when people go in there and actually not be lazy. You know, I find it crazy to believe that someone can take a trade but not post a trade review. That speaks levels of their character and where they're going to go in life when it comes to trading. Because if you can't even post a simple trade review or review it yourself on your own, that's a huge red flag. So very, very proud of you, Wag. Thank you for posting that. And anybody who posts their trade reviews, please continue to lead by example. Don't get left in the dust because you're lazy.
Post those mental traits too.
Exactly, like creator trades. Go post those mental trades. Not a single person in my chat is going to be sitting here going, oh my god, this trade sucked, you didn't make $1,000. Like, that's not the type of chat you're in right now. Yep, reviews and journals are key. Treat this like a business. Preach. The best framework I came up with trading 0 TTEs. You want to be a buyer of disgust and self-hatred and a seller of hopes and greed. Buying at the best positioning ever. And honestly, Leland just came up with a really, really good point too that I just keep skipping over because I haven't been going to the bigger time frames as much recently. But now that I have, he was just stating too, just open your eyes. Look at the bigger time frame. What kind of candles do we have here over the past couple days? They're pretty small, right? So we're probably not getting big expected moves, which is actually making it a lot harder to trade some of those trains that aren't moving as much. So if you find yourself catching big swing gains but not big day trade gains, there's a reason why. But very good add-on info by Leland. A doomer. How is everyone in stream today, though? Be sure to drop a like on today's stream. Highly appreciate it. Let's get to 150 likes again. Those big days will come, exactly. That's why you gotta survive the little ones. Good job, though, again, Creator Trades. I really do appreciate you posting that trade review, regardless of missing the entry or not. I personally don't use that strat, Driz, but there is a midway point strat. There is a such thing. You're not crazy. Well, you might be crazy, but not because of that. Next month, nobody want to sell short at the end of the month since they have to report their positions. Waiting for sell supply. How are you doing today, Josh? Hydrate and posture check. You know what? I do need to fix my posture. And I have plenty of water here. I'm feeling great, though. I missed out on that first more passive opportunity. I didn't like that it was in range. I've been trying to take more passive trades. I didn't like that was in range. And honestly, the second one was too aggressive. So I'm just chilling. Damn, you're hydrating.
Sorry.
You could hear the hydration in this man. For other reasons. Yeah, for other reasons. I feel that. I'm pretty crazy for other reasons, too. The way I handle my paper account tells me I'm not ready to go live again for a while. Honestly, it sounds like you don't even need to be in a live account if you're still having issues with a paper account. I would continuously visualize as much as I possibly could, Jack. I would not sit there and keep messing with paper trading or any of that. I would seriously focus on just trying to find the entries and exits. Visualize it yourself. Screw the contracts right now. If you're still having problems up to this point, after how long you've been here, ignore the paper account. Ignore the live account. Go back to mental trading. Visualize as much as you possibly can. Practice as much as you can. Review as much as you can. I know you have a job. You're very busy, but try to work it around. Yo, Noxta, same. Same. For a second, same.
Yo, chill.
It did kind of sound like Daffy quacking. Yeah, Jacko got a job and now a baby. Dude's super busy. Which is only going to put more stress on you trading-wise. I'm not saying it's stressful to have your new kid. I'm just saying it's definitely not going to add on to the easiness. I hate paper accounts personally. I'd like to just mentally watch contracts and act as if I'm in them. I do too, Chance. That's the exact message I push as well. I think paper trading accounts are dumb. I think they make you feel you're doing something correct when you're not. Because I don't care what platform you have, a lot of paper trading platforms are not accurate. Most of them will put you in a fill where you'd never get that in real life. There's no way in real life you'd ever get a fill where you're up 26% while the trade's barely opening. That's just not a thing. There is positive and negative slippage, but not to that extent. What's up, Pepoles? Who said, went 2 out of 2 today. Thank you so much for these streams. People are going to go lift now. I love it. Go clear that head, man. Good job. 1% of the day. Practice, practice, practice. Love it, Charlie. Keep it going. I don't think they're going to give you all that retest, though. After that one, I think it might be over. They keep maintaining resistance here at, what is this? 399, basically. You see after that drop down, they kind of caught and slowed down. They kind of built that like morning star kind of pattern there almost. And they kind of broke down again. They're kind of keeping that same resistance, but it's in the same vicinity. So they really need to get past 399 to get near that retest. Also typing my heart out. Good. Tell for being nervous. Negotiations in 1 hour. Oh boy. Everybody wish Tobias luck. He doesn't need it though. Tobias is going to kill it. Alright, see if we get that better entry point here soon. Nah, you got it, Tobias. Don't even think about it, man. What is nervousness except overthinking? You got this, man. It's nothing. It's something you've done before. You're going to go in there and you're going to kick ass. More like I'm holding a position too long or work on hopium, not necessarily the paper gains throwing me out. I know, but I'm saying get out of that entirely. Don't even paper trade. Don't go over there and waste your time paper trading. You need to be sitting there charting more than anything. You don't need to be going through options chains right now, is what I'm talking about. It's not the paper gains that I was talking about. You need to take that entirely out of your process right now. You don't even need to be clicking on options chains. You need to be looking through just the charts, going through whatever you need to be going through right now. I don't know exactly what entries you like to focus on, but if it's anything outside of what I've been talking about, I don't know why you're doing it. That's on your own accord. You need to be focused on just 40% entries, 80% entries, buy the dips, lead tests. That is all I would focus on right now. If you find yourself entering too quickly, entering too early, open up that time frame more. Go through the 1, the 5, the 10, the 30 minute. Go through those more as you're looking at these. Again, I wouldn't say this in this manner if I didn't care. I would just ignore your message and continue forward. But I care about you. I want you to do this correctly. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some space. Try to be comfortable. But be disciplined. For the love of God, be disciplined. Write some rules down. How many of you have rules written down or typed up somewhere? If you're someone who constantly breaks these rules, you need to be like Bart Simpson writing these out on a chalkboard 300 times over.
Yeah, I got some rules. Just waiting on the corner of my laptop.
You don't get to just make a mistake, say, oh, give it an excuse, and then move on and think that it's just going to change tomorrow. What? Nothing's going to change in that process because you did nothing to change it. Don't just take a loss, get pissed off at yourself because you don't know how to do something, and then move on and just end up nothing. I mean, review, analyze, get on to yourself, write some rules down, something. Don't just sit there and expect change to just randomly appear. It's not just going to happen out of nowhere. And I know I'm talking to Jack, but this probably applies to over half of you.
I think you just reminded me I needed to add another rule that I forgot to add.
All right, so Shaq, I wanted to show this on stream because I thought this was awesome. But he said SPY puts, lead test 16 and 13.69% average. That is a beautiful average. That's what I love to see. Entered when I saw the bearish engulfing with rising volume at 50% retracement. Price went lower, but I stuck to my TP plans. That's what I like to hear. I don't want to hear, oh, I could have made more. I could have done this. I could have done. I don't care what you could have done. Focus on what you are in control of. Beautiful job, Shaq, pointing out what you are in control of. Sticking to your take profit spots. See what he did here. So he entered 3 contracts. Is it? Oh, so he got in right before the lower high. He got in after it rejected once. Got in on the bearish engulfing. Saw the lower high. That probably increased his confidence of making it to his target. Sold 2 of them towards 0.63. Sold his last one at 0.65. Damn, you held really good, dude, because you held through the low it made here, which I'm very happy you sold most of your position here, because that makes sense. You got that little pop up. Didn't really retake anything that you had entered on, so that's awesome. Came back down, made that new low, and then you took profit towards the further out extension level. So you even used the Fibonacci extension as your target, like Leland was pointing out. Great job, dude. Leland's going to be very happy reading this one. Oh, and he already has. Really awesome. Now, he's been telling us that for months now. He's been saying, if you don't like to just take profit here and you don't have a good second target, just use your Fib extension. It's right there. It literally plots it for you. But beautiful job, Shaq. That is a 10 out of 10 trade review right there. I like that a lot. Like I said, it's probably not going to be your biggest gains. It's not going to be your biggest percentage gains or equity gains. It can lead to them over time, but they are going to be what feels like your best trades. So that's what's important. But really good job, Shaq. Let's get a round of applause for SHAK. Beautiful job. That's exactly what you need to be aiming for. And now he doesn't have to trade the rest of the day. He can just chill, mentally trade the rest of the day, go to work, go enjoy his family, go have fun, or go be busy. That was amazing, though. Come on, guys. Get us over the hump of 100 likes. We're right at 98. Trying to get to 150 every day, but can y'all break me over 100? I don't blame y'all for being half dead today, considering we've had 3 days of smaller intraday price action. But there's still been a lot of really good lessons, a lot of really good breakdowns, tips, advice, and honestly just really good engagements by everybody in here. Everybody's been working their ass off together. Everybody's providing their own examples, posting their trade reviews, posting updates on what's happening on the market or a particular weight in the market. So I'm very happy to see a lot of you guys stepping up to the plate. Thank you, Vampiro. I appreciate that. Vampiro. If Ben Shapiro was a vampire, Ben Vampiro. Wrecked. Gap time. We'll see. What gap? Make sure to point out the gap. Are you talking about the one below? Or are you talking about a bigger time frame one from the far left of the chart that's above? Make sure when you are pointing something out in the chats, you are being a little bit concise of what you're talking about or where it's at. 200 likes or I disconnect Bueller's internet. That's a threat.
Oh no.
Awesome, then, Black Beauty Machine. I just wanted to see which one you were talking about, because there are a lot of them. But thank you for pointing that out. And be sure to share this stream and just honestly the channel around with your friends or other traders alike. tons of people I'm sure would love being a part of these streams. Again, it's really just kind of going back with each other. I don't have these streams set as like what I say goes. Like, no, everything, we always work together. I make my schedule with you guys. You know, everything is with each other. So feel free to invite as many people as you guys would like to these streams. They're public, they're free. And we try to just cover things we actually know what the hell we're talking about. I'm not going to sit here and cover something I've never once learned on or spoke about before in my life. That just doesn't make sense. I don't know why people even try to do that. Just say you don't know. It's okay. Tesla looking to retest that previous day high, previous day open for a possible 80% entry. Who is Kurt Castro? Man, I love that way he typed that. So much information in such a little bit amount of text. I love it. Yep, previous day high, previous day open. I'll just highlight both so you can see them. Previous day high to the open. Be about right here. Good job, Kurt. Yesterday was a very low volume day. I was explaining that to people earlier too, Tobias. When we first opened, I saw around here we actually hit like 13% of average volume on the day, which at that exact same time yesterday, we had only gotten half that. We were at like 6% at this time yesterday. So we definitely had more volume in the first just, you know, hour of the market, 30 minutes of the market than we did yesterday, that's for sure. Based on just that. Which, again, I try to tell everybody that doesn't always mean by the end of the day you will get a big move. Like, that has to happen. Like, no, it doesn't have to be an average volume day at all. But to work towards one, you could accept that there is possible big moves towards the end of the day rather than the beginning half. See you later, Tobias. Hopefully you kick ass in your meeting, man. I know you got it.
Good luck in those negotiations.
Ah, the negotiator. Oh, yeah, and I got to read your Substack. I did forget about that. I'm sorry. I will not forget again, though. Wow, but nice post by Leland here. He said, Elon Musk calls for pause on ChatGPT style AI. The ball is in big tech's court, barons.com. Elon Musk and a number of artificial intelligence researchers have called on companies to pause in developing more powerful AI systems in a letter that comes as the AI race between Alphabet and Microsoft increasingly drives their stocks. Tesla CEO Musk was a signatory of an open letter calling for an immediate halt of at least 6 months on training of all AI systems more powerful than GPT-4, the latest technology released by ChatGPT's developer OpenAI, which is backed by Microsoft. AI labs and independent experts should use this pause to jointly develop and implement a set of shared safety protocols for advanced AI design and development that are rigorously audited and overseen by independent outside experts, said the letter organized by the nonprofit Future of Life Institute. It lists Musk as an external advisor. While the letter didn't criticize any companies, it uses GPT-4 as a benchmark, highlights the role of technology race between Microsoft and Google's parent company Alphabet in pushing forward AI development. Neither company immediately responded to a request or commented. Now that's interesting. That's the most interesting thing I think I've read all day. Yo, good job, Fantastic John, posting that. I was actually just about to ask Shaq if he looked at his trade that he just exited, because if he looks, he'll see that it actually just bounced off of the extension he just took profits at. Well, that's the lower quality GPT, Gorov. The one I was saying in this news, if that's what you're talking about, is actually higher up. They're pretty much aiming it at like the higher level AIs right now. But no, yeah, the simple ones are kind of stupid. If you ask it deeper questions, it'll answer differently. But no, yeah, it does kind of give some dumb responses sometimes. If Elon is scared, we probably should be too. Yeah, probably. I mean, he called it out years ago when everybody was jumping on him saying, you know, why do you think energy is this? And like, he had such big criticisms about energy. But during that era, he also discussed AI, and he said how he doesn't trust it. So the fact all this is coming out and he's saying that, it actually is in line with old beliefs that he has had. It's not like he's just randomly coming out and hating on Microsoft or Google or anybody. He really is just kind of following up on something he's believed in from long ago. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time would be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, correct? Yes, I think. You're 2 hours ahead of me, yeah. Yeah, that'd be 4 p.m. for you, Jorge. Yeah, he went in depth about it with Joe Rogan, but everyone ignored it because he was hot. Yeah, the meme completely took over. Everybody was like, what are y'all talking about? I'm just curious, on the 10-minute, what would this look like? It's like the ultimate lead test right in front of us. The 10-minute made it look that way. Mom made the breakfast with no hog.
No bacon, no sausage. Damn.
He has been pounding the table on putting safety measures into all this AI. He has. He really has been. Bro trying to prevent simulation in-game expansion. Dude, for real, he's trying to stop us from getting all this DLC. This real-life DLC. Today was a good day. Thank God it was fine. Everybody on it. I'm gonna grab some water, Sherman. I'll let you hold the fort down for a second.
Got it. We need to put a halt on this AI stuff. Let me put a chip in your brain. Yeah, I don't get that. How is he okay with Neuralink, but not okay with AI? Would I pull the fib down from my 920-ish candle to new low? Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Tell us your secrets. No secrets here, man. Ask away if you want. I'm on Eastern, so 920 might be. I'm gonna try it from 1020 for me. I think that's what you mean. Yeah, I already. I drew a fib from there earlier. It looked good. I want to see it reject this golden pocket. Eves. How's my day? Pretty mid. Haven't really taken any trades. Mostly mental. Had a rough SPX trade yesterday, so I want to keep it mental today. Get back to the drawing board. No biggie. It's all part of the game. Yeah, same here, Knox. Yesterday and the day before, really nothing exciting. So until I took that SPX trade, then that gave me some sort of emotion. But before that, it was pretty boring. Q's looking to reject the open. I like it. I do like this lower high. If it starts to curl down from here, we do have lowering volume to the upside on the 5 minute. Pike, I used to be. I used to have some Ethereum. I got in a little early, but I already sold all of it. I don't have any more. And honestly, for tax purposes, it makes it easier to just not deal with it, since it has to be claimed like an asset, like a real estate and all that crap. Makes it a little more difficult. So, and in hindsight, it I ended up selling at a pretty good time.
All right, I'm back. My bad, Evis. I'm here. He said, "Hey Jay, would you pull the fit out?"
Yeah, I did it. It's right now it ended up rejecting the golden pocket of that bid.
Oh, Evis, I see why you're saying there, though. You're saying there because that's where we rejected the first time. When I went from here to here, we went up rejected here. So you're saying just go from here to new low. I guess you could, but that's going to be moving a little bit. But that's not a bad fib. I'm not going to sit here and be like, that's stupid. No, it makes sense on why you were thinking that. Where we rejected last time, where we slowed down and got the pop. So yeah, it would make sense to look there. I wouldn't say that's the organic way of redrawing your lead test, but that's not bad. You might be getting your retest here, actually. This might be your better entry to the downside right here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Mike. I might have been a little late on my sell, even though I got out pretty good. I could have doubled my position for sure, but I still had a pretty good gain, like 70%, I think, on my first sell off of Ethereum. So
Oh, y'all are talking about crypto.
someone asked if I ever dealt with it. Oh, and I did have one good gain from Dogecoin.
Don't even get me started on Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Too much pain. I hate to say it, but puts look really good here if we don't retake 399.25. They held it. That's not where I'm holding my fib, though. I just thought that was a good example by Evis. That was pretty nice. I could see why you was thinking that. That makes sense to me. I'm more or less just chilling now because we are at the lower part of this, so pops are probably more installed for movement than sellers are right now. They really are just working to get back to 399.50. This is kind of like the death level they fell from. This is kind of where we had our first lead test hit, where we grabbed our retracement. They pushed from that retracement through that important level. You could see a really good candle popped up there, and they just kept selling it off towards the lower part of that hump there. But they aren't even near the lower part of pre-market. Lower part of pre-market's way down here at 397.70, so there is a lot of room below. Very glad to see us near 400s again, because this puts us in a better spot on the chart, in my opinion. That would be kind of funny. Someone just said it in chat. That would be really funny if Elon was just saying all of that to slow everybody down so his AI could be better.
Oh yeah, Leland brought up something funny earlier. It was let me see. We need to put a halt on this AI stuff. Let me put a chip in your brain.
Oh, Neuralink.
Yeah.
There's a little difference between that, but yeah, no, that's pretty much like the same line though. That's pretty funny. I didn't even think about that.
I mean, how are you okay with putting a chip in people's brains, but not AI? I don't get that.
I will say one thing, even though this is a pretty funny joke. There is a pretty massive difference between signing off and having something installed into your head over corporations continuously updating their AI in which we have no control over. So there is a little bit of a difference, but no, that's very funny though, because yeah. I'm not cool with you making robots, but I'm cool with you making humans into robots. I'm kind of hyped for Neuralink, to be honest. Like, as weird as it is, I really want it to work. I really want it to just blow everything out of the water. That'd be so cool. Not even because it's Elon. I think just the idea of it is so cool.
Agreed. I actually want to see how well it works, and I'm excited to see its development.
But what if I have a chip in my brain that can see through your clothes or read your mind? Honestly, if you read my mind, the only thing you're going to see in there is just a bunch of tickers flying around, and almost all of them are just going to be saying SPX now.
I don't know, Leland. You might like what you see. I don't know.
Yeah. Good job, Black Beauty Machine. That's actually an amazing thing. That's a really awesome technique to use in multiple applications. A lot of people always say, well, I need to quit looking at so many stocks, or I need to quit looking at so many people's opinions, or I need to quit looking at so many indicators, I need to quit looking at so many levels. You know, limiting yourself is an amazing way of cutting out noise and really kind of pushing yourself more down the pure stream of knowledge, like on your own. You're not just going to be sitting here going, oh, but did this guy say it, or did this level do that, or did this indicator say it? Like, you're worried about what you're focused on instead of, oh, I gotta watch this, I gotta watch that, I gotta watch that. So very good job. She said she's not trading multiple stocks now, she's just focused on SPY, and that's awesome. I would hope more people would do that too, not just for SPY in general, but just in general, watching one stock at a time, then over time slowly adding to that list as you get a little bit more comfortable with it. Honestly, Fried Eggs, I would sign up if there was a list in front of me. Trade straight from your mind. You can't even sit on your hands. Trading straight from the mind, that would be very awesome.
Just keep market buying, market selling.
All of y'all are market order buying. I'm mind buying. They have to like invent a new exchange for people who buy with their mind. That'd be pretty funny. Salutes. Yeah, I'll test it out, man. I'll be the dummy. Elon, if you can hear this, I'll test Neuralink for free if I can have one lunch meeting with you.
Yeah, I don't know about Neuralink. If they have to shave my head to put it in, that's a no-go for me. So.
Hey, I don't even care. Shave it. I'm going. What would I ask Elon? I didn't even really think about that. I'm more of like an in-the-moment guy. Like, it would pop up as I see him. Honestly, I'd probably ask him, be man-to-man with me. No cameras, no recording. I'd be like, hey, man, are you serious about this Mars shit? Just to see if he's serious. If he's serious, then...
I mean, it makes sense. Just the thing with Mars is like it's too cold, so I don't know how they're gonna get past that aspect. The plant life can exist because of the environment that's already there, but
Fantastic John asked me, Buffett or Elon? I said Buffett instantly. Wow, these are the people on the list. This is crazy. Elon Musk and a number of other AI research, which I already told y'all this part. The people that are on this list is just insane. The Great Waz is on this list. Elon Musk is on this list. Andrew Yang, that University of Jerusalem professor dude, the Joshua guy, and then Stuart Russell. There is a ton of just OP people on this list. That's pretty crazy. All in their respective leading fields. This is so cool. The top guy is a Turing Prize winner, which if any of you guys have seen that movie with Alan Turing from World War II, that's the guy who made like the first computer pretty much. Like the actual first brain AI, I guess you could say. He made the first AI, I guess. That's pretty crazy though. That's a list of lists right there. For the list, go to the trade floor in the Discord. A bunch of the AI news has been posted. Somebody, I think it was Mike or Leland, who posted the first news, and then D-Touch just went in there and shared a list of the people who have to sign it. So there you go. Yeah, super sad movie. The end of that movie is very depressing. But Alan Turing, never forget that man. Is it 8:40 Eastern Standard Time or 8:40 my time? Yep, that's exactly what I was reading off earlier, Driz. That's the exact thing I read off of. It wasn't from CNBC, the one I read, but it's the same news. That's the one I was just reading though, before reading off the people who have to sign. Okay, you're Eastern, I figured, because I was gonna say my time that wouldn't have made sense. But I see why you're saying that now. So you said, when looking at SPY 5-minute, what keeps you on the bearish lead test from the high of day and not looking at the buy the dip or lead test and the bounce from the pre-market support level from around 840? It's all around the fibs. So in this case, just show you example when we did the first lead test. What keeps you from not buying the dip on this? Well, could you buy from this fib? Yeah, but you wouldn't know that exists because you grabbed it from that information, so you wouldn't be looking to buy calls here. I'll get to your example too. I'm just covering this to show you a more vague example first. But a big thing when looking for buy the dip is that you have to see it push over those fibs. That would invalidate that bearish move. So the fact it stayed under 50 is what keeps me thinking, okay, that's bearish. Rather than saying, oh, it's bullish because it's low on the chart. No, it has to break something, right? So then we went from this fib, we went from this high it made on its dip down to that low. So you said at 8, that'd be 9:40 my time. This one right here. So in this case, this really isn't anything actually. You're not looking to buy or sell here. This is just now making this information possible. I don't know how that would have confused. But it's all with the fibs. It has nothing to do with randomly buying or selling. But the difference is the fibs. I wouldn't buy if it's still rejecting. I'd look to be shorting, and vice versa. The Oracle of Omaha, exactly. 398.64.
Method got that new high day. Great call out from Noxa. Google never closed below that pre-market low. It held that pretty well.
I guess I'm just lost at your question, Kurt. I don't, or whoever's asking that. TJ's. You keep saying this pre-market level 398.64. You're asking me how would I tell between lead test and buy the dip? But there's no lead test over here. The lead test happened here, and then you had another lead test happen here, which failed. It rejected. So I delete this first one so you can see it easier. You can see they failed it here. They instantly said, hey, this isn't it. Came back down, faked some people out, got back above it again. Ever since then, it's been bullish control. Pretty good buy spot if you had that level marked at your level, but only because of a bullish engulfing popping up with a push over the 90 EMA and invalidating by getting over the halfway point. So I don't see the question here, I guess. But there isn't much of a indifference there. That wasn't really like hard to tell if that was lead test or not. And if you wanted to buy the dip entry, you got your first push. So you're not trading that one because we don't trade the first push. And then you're basically trading the halfway point of that first move. If you're using the buy the dip strat from my channel, which would mean you'd go from here to here, and if it's still holding a good fib, then you can look to buy it, which right now, if you did enter it, you'd really only be up a little bit more in this trade. Only a little bit, really. Again, and that's if you had that level set, which I didn't, because I don't have that as a TA routine level, and it's not really a pre-market level. That's not pre-market low. Pre-market low is way down here. But it is a good pre-market level, like you said. I think that's what you were asking. I'm not quite sure.
Meta's still going.
Thank you guys for almost 125 likes on the stream. Definitely appreciate it. What's up, Bro Voice? Love the name. Bro Voice. Say it in your bro voice. I missed what movie you guys were saying was sad. It was the Alan Turing movie. I can't remember the name of the movie for the life of me, but just type in Alan Turing movie. ALANTURING. I cannot remember the name of the movie, but it's a really good movie. That's honestly probably one of the first signs of AI, honestly. Self-thinking computers is that movie. Self-learning, I should say. The Imitation Game. There you go. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Plenty of cultured people in here. Ferris Bueller, you're my hero. I swear. If we're not talking about stocks in here, it's movies or which animal can beat other animals. Great movie, seen it twice. Good, good, good. That's a really good movie. I might watch it again today just because we're talking about it. Alright, off-topic question, but are there any like shows or movies you guys are watching right now? Shows especially? I have
actually.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna start. I need to start The Last of Us.
Last of Us, yeah, I still need to start watching that. I heard that's like 10 out of 10. Yo, good job, Mark. Succession is a insane, awesome show. I love that show. Benedict Cumberbatch is a goat. Outlast on Netflix, I heard that's really good. Oh, I actually just finished watching that, Mike. I already beat you. Get beat. I watched that the other day, or a few days ago. I won't ruin it for you. It wasn't the coolest little series ever, but I thought it was kind of cool. Oh, you binged it already? Never mind then. BMF, Suits, Housewives of Miami, Daisy Jones and the Six. Ooh. Just finished Peaky Blinders. I watched it all except the last season. It kind of started getting a little corny. But those first 5 seasons are insanely awesome. I love that show. Super cool historical point of view, too, for Peaky Blinders, because a lot of that did actually happen. War of the Worlds, Season 2 and 3. Oh, I need to start watching that. Godfather of Harlem is good. Don't say anything. I'm on episode 4. I ain't gonna say anything, man. I will not ruin it, I promise. I won't tell you that that person gets sick and dies in episode 4. I'm just kidding. That doesn't happen. Mandalorian is dope. I appreciate that because that's a really, really good. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Wait, y'all don't just rewatch Bueller streams? Yo, sinful catching all of y'all. I was just seeing what everyone was watching and what was good. I'm currently watching Vikings on Amazon Prime. I heard for the longest time that was a really good show. Oh, I'll have to check them out, Lucky. Thank you for telling me. Oh, Fred Eggs, yeah. No, trust me, dude. I have no clue. Honestly, the only thing they've made after episode 3 that I believe is worthy is Mandalorian. Boba Fett was dog shit. All of the trilogies, all of the excess movies were dog shit. I kind of like Rogue One. That one isn't the worst. That one, out of all of those, that's probably the best one, and only because it had a little bit of like connection to the story, and it was like kind of connecting everything. So that one was kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It blew up everything at the end. Boba was super bad. The fact that they had to have Mando come in towards the end to save their show was kind of depressing. What was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, the Obi-Wan show was kind of kick-ass. I didn't mind that at all. Even with the little kids in it, it wasn't that bad. It was like, okay, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked Kenobi. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I think everyone just likes Kenobi's actor, too. That actor is just amazing. I don't know who doesn't love that guy. He's just so cool. It's also cool because him and Liam Neeson, as actors of Star Wars, have said a million times they love being in those like shows and movies and stuff. Like they don't care if they get paid or not. Like they just want to be a part of Star Wars.
Right.
I actually didn't like Solo, Green Candlestick. I hated Solo probably the most. I hated how inaccurate it was. They have this man Han Solo's timeline somehow meeting in between the days of Darth Maul finally rising all the way through the series. So you're telling me this man's like 60, 70, 80, 90 years old in those last movies? Solo's age is not accurate. That is why I don't like that movie. And I just didn't think it was a good movie.
Most people don't like Solo.
I like Han Solo. I didn't like the movie. The
Right.
movie was...
No, the character is great.
Yeah, I don't know who wouldn't like Harrison Ford. Don't get me wrong, though. I didn't hate it as much as I did the trilogy or Boba Fett. Boba Fett was seriously like some of the worst writing I think I've ever seen. And if I see Palpatine return again, so help me God. Yeah, dude, again. I added again on your message, by the way, because you didn't type again. But if it's again, because if he was to pop up again, I would cry. All right, back to stocks. I had to see what everyone's opinion was on whatever shows they're watching, just see what everyone's about. Still hated it. Yeah, I didn't really like Solo. Mando, though, I'll give Jon Favreau his props on that one. Favreau's mostly a hit, so we'll give him props. I'm gonna go through the weights. So Apple did hold this up very well after open. They kind of had a reversal. They're kind of back to where they were after that first pump. Microsoft's higher than their first pump. AMD's at their today's open rejecting. Nvidia retook today's open. They're kind of towards near the top of their first pump. Amazon's getting close to the meat of the high of day. This could help Tesla reverse more to the upside towards today's open. You can see they're kind of near that crucial area that y'all drew for me. Google getting some buy the dip action off a higher low. Meta popped a new high of day. Netflix just been kind of holding and pushing higher, so it's good. Banks aren't doing bad. Looks like healthcare is probably the weakest sector of the day, actually. This kind of goes in line with what I gave y'all this weekend on Sunday. I posted a video in the Discord and on YouTube just so everybody around me can see it. But I said mainly I would like to see the market get its footing, and that still is what the market's kind of doing. It kind of got its footing here. It's got a couple pops, but it still just needs to get its footing. It really needs to get a good stance in the ground. But I do like this hold of 391 so far. That's been amazing. So we have a lot of room below if we do happen to take any pullbacks before proving ourselves higher. Exactly, leveling out. I like how you said that. I should probably say that instead of footing. Leveling out. Alright, I'm going to dubstep. I can't stand this playlist. Yo, what's up, Bonnet J? How you doing, man? Wilson said, pop this 399.77. We shall see. Oops. You know what? I need to delete Spy out of this list. And then I can do this all I want. There we go. Now I could just be like, what's the weakest, what's strongest? Bet. Tech strongest, utilities, discretionary, followed by under 1%. You have financials, base, industrials, comms, energy, staples, and then the only red sector, which is only slightly red, is healthcare. Sacrifice. Not good, man. Can't on some 0 DTE 398 puts for almost an hour. That whole move from 400. It was up $7 per contract. Ah, man, those are the worst. Sitting in 0 TTs is like the worst feeling ever. I'll show you my trade log real quick, and I'll show you something that almost screwed me. Let me go to this here at the bottom. So a lot of my trades, you can see, I mean, some of these aren't, but most of my trades are taken within like a couple minutes, a couple seconds. But then you start to get down to these bottom two, and it's like, damn, like I was in that for 14.5 minutes. Damn, I was in that for 8.5 minutes. Now, when you're in that trade, that feels like an hour or two. On the stock chart, as price starts to kind of go against you, or even just sit sideways, which is also considered against you, it definitely doesn't help. So sitting in a 0 TTE for honestly longer than 10-15 minutes can honestly be the end of you. Now, I'm not saying that's what you messed up on, or that you didn't know your risk. Clearly you had some reason, but that's kind of what I was thinking about the other day. Is I was sitting in my trade and I was like, damn, I've been in this for like almost 15 minutes and it's really not moving much more. Might as well take profits. And I'm glad I did, because yesterday on my two trades, One of them I took, and it was like a small distance, right? And then it kept selling off. I was like, oh, I would have been rich if I held it. But if I did it again, I think it was like here. I took that second trade, then I somehow made it to here. If I would have held through that trade, I would have been screwed, right? You know, so it really is best to just kind of focus on or exiting at a certain spot or getting out if it doesn't move in a certain amount of time or past a certain spot is what I've come to figure out when looking at 0 TTEs, especially on SPX or SPY. I'm not quite sure with other chains, but SPX and SPY especially. But whatever. You took it, we move on. Hopefully you can review, see what you could do better on it, see what you could do next time. Also, if you guys are having struggle this week, I really wouldn't beat yourself up this much. If you're someone who not lost a lot, if you lost a lot, that's a whole nother story. But this week, if you feel like you've not traded as much or you've been hesitating more, I mean, remind yourself, go out to the daily time frame. What is that chart showing you? We have 3 very, very small days after bigger moves in the extended hour sessions. So not a whole lot going on for you during the intraday chart. So should you really be in a position to beat yourself up over the fact you haven't caught a trade yet? No. I need a white woman and then I would trade better instead of this clown that is here. What the fuck? Watch your mouth. What do you think about this potential lead test on AMD? Grabbed a fib from high of day to low of day. What the fuck did I just read? I'm so lost right now. High of day to low of day, is that what you said? You gotta remember though, Ben, that wouldn't be a lead test. That would just be you grabbing a fib and looking to grab a retracement off of it. Remember, a lead test is after you get a pump, like this, and then you go from the high of that pump to where it finally stops struggling, and then you try to catch a trade after it stops struggling near that 50%. If you don't get it, then it's aggressive, it can be early, it's okay if you miss it. Now what you were doing is just grabbing a normal fib. That's totally fine. Again, you're not wrong by doing that. You just went from high to low, and you were looking where has it retraced since that high push that it had. That's totally fine. That's information grabbing what you're doing. You're grabbing information. From high of day to low of day, price has retraced and reversed up about 50% of this. Now, could you still take this for a retest, Ben? Yes, you could. I just wanted to make sure you weren't like thinking it was the exact same style of the lead test. And I need to quit coming up with more terms so it confuses everybody, but they are different, so I have to. But good eye though, Ben. And it really wasn't a correction. It was just kind of making sure you were on the right path. You were on the right path though. I mean, you retest, lead test, they're the exact same thing. But when I say lead test, I am trying to be kind of in line with how I've been teaching you. I don't want you to think like, oh, there's like so many different. He's changing up his rules. Like, I don't want you to think that. That would be a me test. See you later, Rambo. Could call out Ace. Mel test in the toilet. The Mel test. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. We're almost at 150 likes. Getting really close to pre-market high again. So far, all we've gotten is a good amount of consolidation. We had a good fake breakout, which we completely covered this morning. Really good lead test that happened, and then a second lead test happened that didn't really give us a good entry. It just gave an aggressive sell-off after that. And then since then, we've built a low of day, higher low, built base over the 9 EMA, had a good almost 3-bar play, almost a good 4-bar play, and now we're up into the pre-market high again. All I highlighted just now was high of day to the open of that candle before it reversed to give us an area of intraday supply, and the low of day before the big reversal to the top of the last red candle, which gives us an area of demand for the day. Again, these are both short term, just something to add on to. Very useful when catching days of range trade because you can catch these tops and lows very easily. On the bigger time frame, all we got was a higher open up near 400. We pretty much stopped right at where I said we'll probably go at least hit. If we can hold over these couple days highs right here, this will be a very good sign for buyers to the upside towards 401.50, 402.50, and we can crack these areas. We could definitely move into the above 405 towards the higher part of the lower 400s there. 407, 410. Could even see 415 again. So we'll see if that ends up happening. But I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you guys again for tuning into the stream. Again, sorry for the pre-market prep this morning. That was all my bad. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please tune into the Discord. I'll send a link that invites all of you right now, again, just in case you aren't in there. But this will give you an invite to the Discord that we all have. You can come in here, engage, discuss with people, drop your own ideas. Just read if you want. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. If you're not a talkative person, this is the perfect place for you because a lot of people in my chat are just like that, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. But I'll see you guys later on. Again, thank you guys for the stream. Thank you guys for the hefty amount of likes on the stream, amount of comments. Thank you guys for being here, engaging, and adding in your own updates and ideas. I really do appreciate it. I love the back and forth. But I'll see you guys later on. Have a great rest of your day.